Wait, so you had to do that twice because you're a fucking idiot?
Well, yeah, we're started now.
Oh.
So what I would like to say right now to people who are watching this, leave. And if you didn't leave, this is our show. It's a normal show. We think this shit's normal. So, alright, guys, first subject, we need to find a new co-host. Dan, that's on you.
I just texted her.
We're just gonna jump right into that right now.
Yeah,
I texted her.
What else was I supposed to do?
Well,
Dude,
first
okay.
of all, you didn't introduce us, all right? Nobody knows who we are. This is
Your names are right there on the screen. It says Daniel Amaya and Chad Lampton.
Yeah, now everybody knows my full name, so now I'm going to have stalkers.
I mean, you can't handle that? I thought you knew that going into the show.
Hey,
Yeah.
Blank Game, would you like to be part of the best show ever? Internet radio show. Fuck you. Call the podcast. She responds, say what, nigga? I already took the best shower ever. And I was like, okay.
I'm going to stop. Dan, I'm trying to stop you
show.
right there. I'm trying to stop you right there because I don't think that's somebody we want on the show.
I want Jenny Potter from My Free Cams to be on this show. And for those of you who don't know who Jenny Potter is, just go to myfreecams.com and you'll find out real quick in the pogo stick.
Are you seriously? Are you gonna plug everything? Okay, hey, go to google.com if you haven't been there in a while.
That's my only endorsement for the entire show. If they go to My Free Cams.
Endorsement. You got nothing from it.
Yeah, you're not endorsing anything. You're just randomly plugging shit. Nobody wants to hear that.
There's Yahoo.
All right,
Hey, yeah.
Who else might be a good co-host if the shower girl doesn't come through?
Well, you know, I will get on top of that, but here's the thing.
Dan, stop playing Temple Run, please.
Seriously, dude.
I'm not, but I was in Under Armour. It's a cool brand, right?
Under Armour is pretty legit.
Yeah, people like that brand. Yeah, I've seen people wear it before.
I just like endorsing random shit, dude. Just bear with me.
Or you're endorsing Temple Run right now. Cause I know
So we're going to take this word, right? I said, hey, I'm endorsing MFC. And you guys are like dicks, right? And now you guys are like, well, I'm going to endorse Temple Run. And then you're like, I'm going to endorse Coke.
Okay, I was thirsty, and I happen to have a drink sitting here. Should I put it in a different glass? Will that make you happier, Chad?
Yeah, because now you got, like, Coke's going to want a piece of our action. Temple Run's going to want a piece of our action.
Dan, this is the worst show ever. If YouTube could cancel a show, they're going to cancel us. I guarantee it.
Dude, if 5 people view this, 5 of them are not going to like it. I guarantee it.
If 5 people actually view this, they're going to wish to God they shot themselves in the head with a pistol.
A pistol.
A pistol.
Not a fucking arrow.
I don't know why would you shoot yourself. Why? Okay.
Dan, you are obsessed with that stupid movie. All right, Katniss is not real. That is
I don't even like the movie.
A fictional
Our other
character.
co-host knows I don't like the movie.
Dan, I read the book, okay? I know a little more about that.
Oh, you're going to do it. You're going to do it. Not even the listeners know what you're doing, bitch.
Okay, so just a short story. We go and we watch The Hunger Games with Dan, right? And I'm sitting next to Dan, you idiot, and he's constantly telling the dude sitting next to me, he's like, you would get that if you read the book. And I was thinking to myself, I was like, Dan, have you even read the book?
I did. I read the first 2 chapters.
You have a bad habit of saying you read the book, but you really went to the wiki.
I didn't go to the wiki. I read the first 2 chapters.
Dude, you can't just do the little Cliff Note things and act like you read the book, man. It works in high school for book reports, and that's about it.
It worked for Tom that night.
Tom was so drunk he didn't even remember the movie.
It still worked.
Oh, are you guys talking about Drunky the Clown, thus another character in this show that people have no idea who you're talking about?
Yeah, well, they're going to find out. I mean, come on, it's a pilot episode. Since when do you know all the characters in a pilot episode? Come on, Chad. Seriously.
Are you saying we can't give away all our secrets right away?
Yeah,
that's what we're saying.
It's called character development. Important part of literature.
Gotcha, because this is a scripted show and everybody, pretty much has lines. You and I practiced this all afternoon. I get it. Yep.
Yeah.
Because this is a scripted show. Somebody has a job and he couldn't be there.
Hey, my name's Dan. I'm playing Temple Run, and I have to have a strong...
God, you killed me!
No, Dan, you failed, okay? Neither one of us are even there.
Yeah, pretty much.
Did you at least have a good score?
No, it was 1.2 million.
That's pretty terrible.
I know.
For Temple Run, Dan, I can almost get 3 million because I read the book.
Motherfucker!
Okay. That guy is pissed. All right, well, I'm doing. If you guys,
this show's canceled.
All right, let's talk about this for a second. Just get this out of the way now in the first episode.
Can I add something real quick? Can we just get that chick from TGS, the game station? What was her name? Dodger. Can we just get her on the show, Dan? Can you make that happen?
Yeah, check this link out, guys. I will definitely. Okay, check out who I will get. You guys are gonna be fucking. Like you're gonna come all over your pants. You're like, oh my god, yeah, fuck yeah.
All over them or in them?
Porno show, but okay, pretty much.
Chad, we've had discussion about this. It's gonna be a porno show. If you just haven't had, holy shit, did you?
Okay, for those of you who can't see this, Dan just posted the Seahawks schedule, which I can pretty much look at this schedule and go.
Well, I'm gonna show you. I'm gonna show everybody right now what's going on here. This is the. Let's get this in a pretty decent thing here. This is the Seahawks schedule as of 2012, and I don't know what that has to do with anything, or how that's a hot chick for our show, but Dan seems to think it is.
Dan, they're playing some pretty tough teams. I'm pretty sure this entire season's going to be them losing.
Well, I can tell you what, week 2.
Hey, Chad, are we gonna go see them play the Cowboys or Green Bay? Hey, Chad. Chad.
Come on, man! Don't do this. Don't do this.
No, he's just bad because they got them badass uniforms and they're not going to do anything with them.
All right, wait. So what are the options of the ones we're going to go see?
Dallas Cowboys,
No.
Green Bay Packers.
Chad, wouldn't you rather see the Packers in them?
If I'm going to watch a Seahawks game,
watch out, you'll get slammed down.
I would like to watch the Packers lose, but unfortunately the Seahawks are not the team that's going to get that done.
But I really don't want to watch the Cowboys. That's my, that's my thing. I don't.
Okay, I think we're much upset, Dan. Okay, don't pet that dog again.
Okay, well, while that's happening, let's talk a little bit about Seahawks this year. And
I'm down. Let's talk about the Seahawks.
What do you think they got going for them? I just
moving on.
Yeah. All right. Screw it. Let's move on to. All right.
Okay. No, seriously, in all seriousness, right? For Dan, okay, it doesn't matter who's in a Seahawks jersey. They're the best person on the planet.
What?
Well, see, Dan, what I figured earlier is I came up with this thing, because you said you were going to compare all sports to the Seahawks, right?
Yeah.
Well, Chad and I were talking about NASCAR, okay?
Uh-huh.
And you're like, yeah, the way I'm looking at it is that, the Seahawks quarterback and Jeff Gordon's race car are essentially the same thing.
Yeah, but I said Dale Earnhardt Jr.'s race car.
So, Dan, who would win in a race? Dale Earnhardt Jr. in his race car or Marshawn Lynch on his feet?
Marshawn Lynch.
That's what I thought. Idiot.
Yeah, okay.
Well, how is Dale Earnhardt going to run on the football field with his car?
You know what? Honestly, I think week 11 is going to be the best week that the Seahawks have this coming season.
Who do they play? I don't have a clue.
That is
at all.
I figured you already had that thing memorized, honestly.
I do. That's the same bye week they had last year, asshole.
That's why I figured that's going to be a good week, man. They're going to be able to take it off, rest up, heal all their injuries, because everybody's going to be hurt.
All right, look at this. We got...
Do you really think their quarterback's still going to be function? Who is their quarterback, anyways? Just enlighten me here.
Really?
Yeah.
You didn't hear who they picked up?
No.
Did they bring back Seneca Wallace? Because that would be way too
Yeah, I'd love to see that guy.
No, but the reason why I want to go to Green Bay's game is because they got Matt Flynn.
Oh, that's right. Matt Flynn from Green Bay. The backup. That's awesome, Dan.
So they picked up the backup quarterback.
Yeah, they got a backup quarterback as a starter this year, dude. They've really stepped it up. That's the second time they've done that, and that's the second Green Bay player they picked up.
Well,
do you know what? They picked up a quarterback that made franchise records this year in 2 games. For the fucking, pack fucks, but still.
The pack of what?
Pack of fucks.
Pack of fucks. Oh,
the
yeah,
backpackers.
Yeah. Okay, the greenbackers. But
okay, the bottom line is, Dan, how many games do you think the Seattle Seahawks will actually win based off that schedule? Based off what you know right now?
16.
Okay. What about preseason?
They will go 2-2 in preseason.
And then they're gonna go.
Why 2-2?
Yeah.
They're gonna arrest some people. They're just gonna fuck around. They don't care.
Okay, I don't get your Seahawks logic. Period. I don't understand this.
You don't have to.
2-2 in the preseason because they got a shitty backup crew, but then they're gonna go 16-0 in the regular season. I don't get that, dude. I don't understand your logic.
Me neither. I'm not following. So just let me.
They're not gonna play their first or second or third strings. They're gonna let the fans play preseason.
Oh, that's right, because the fans out there
yeah.
are the 12th man. I forgot.
Yeah.
And and they're gonna go 2-2. The fans are gonna go 2-2.
So there's gonna be nobody on the field. It's just gonna be the other team and the fans cheering.
And everybody's gonna wear number 12 because that's the only jersey the fans are allowed to wear.
Yep, they're gonna beat
12
the
blacks to pass. Number 12 throws. Number 12 catches.
I hate you, Chad.
Pass interference on number 12.
You know what, Dan? I'll give you that. At least with the fans in playing defense, that defense will improve.
Oh my! Well, you know what? They were pretty badass last year.
Yeah, actually win, Dan. I can't even think.
Yeah, I couldn't.
They're a good defense.
Did they win any games last year?
Yeah, they did. They beat the Cardinals because we went to that game.
That's right. I was there for that.
Yep.
And that was it, though, right? After that, it was nothing.
They beat 6 other teams.
So they had a losing record?
That doesn't matter.
Well, I'll tell you what happened, Dan. You know why I stopped following the Seahawks? Because Tim Tebow and Tebow Mania showed up.
Who's that?
Tim Tebow.
Tebow time.
He's actually in the Bible, predicted to take Denver to the playoffs, and he did that. It was in the Bible.
What are you talking about?
The Denver Bible?
Tim Tebow, Dan. You remember him? Yeah, right there. See what you're doing?
I don't know who you're talking about.
Okay, you're an idiot. Bottom line, Dan.
If you'd have said something like Marshawn Lynch, I don't know.
All right, I'm gonna read a little excerpt here, and maybe you guys will kind of. Dan, this is for you to catch up on it, since the only team you know about is the Seahawks, which I don't know how you know if they're gonna win if you have no idea what the other teams are doing.
I don't have to.
Chat out. I'll let you handle that. Peyton Manning will become the next quarterback of the Denver Broncos, bearing a snag during the intensified contract negotiations.
Who's intensified?
That is actually some really crappy spelling here on ESPN.com. But contract negotiations commenced under the instruction of four-time MVP to his agent Tim Condon, according to multiple sources. Once the Manning deal becomes official, Denver will try to trade Tim Tebow.
Wait, did that already happen?
Yeah, I think that already happened. And who did Tebow go to again? He went to the
Jets.
The Jets.
I mean, what?
I mean, wait, no, that didn't happen yet. Oh, no. So that makes you kind of curious, right? With Tim Tebow being a Jet now, and now he's got to deal with your cousin.
Yeah, Mark Sanchez.
Mark Sanchez, because
you know that guy, right?
You guys are best friends,
Mark
right?
Sanchez is gonna go do the first downs. He's gonna fucking be awesome as shit. Then Tebow's gonna get in there for the third downs and be like, "Oh, is this a baseball? What is this?"
Oh, yeah.
Okay, first of all, he is not Tom Brady. Okay.
No.
Right.
Is this a soccer ball?
Turbo.
And I don't know if you're aware, but the running joke is that Tom Brady is so damn good, he has forgotten everything. He doesn't need to remember anything. Okay, he can barely remember his name. But I'm going to tell you right now, with Tim Tebow on the Jets, okay, all right, at least the fans will show up.
Yeah. Hey, they're gonna sell a shitload of Tebow jerseys again.
Yeah, it's true, man. Yeah, go ahead and pet that dog. You guys do some weird shit with that dog.
Yeah, look at that. That is weird.
Oh,
This is gonna get removed from YouTube for sure. Okay.
Yeah, this show's canceled already. I can feel it. I don't even know if that's possible. Okay, now he's licking.
The dog won't even lick him. That's the funny part about it, because
the dog is even like, okay.
Wasn't expecting that, so to speak. So
no means no.
All right, so
put your glass down.
You got Mark Sanchez, you got Tim Tebow, and you got Peyton Manning out here in Denver, which I already told Chad I'm going to ride that train all the way to Super Bowl because that's exactly where it's going.
Oh yeah, they are. They're gonna lose to the Seahawks. I get it.
The chance.
God, you got to get off the Seahawks, man. The Seahawks blow. Those uniforms are sweet, but that team is shitty.
I love the uniforms. That hoodie rocks. I love that hoodie. It's the warmest, nicest hoodie I think I've ever had.
Oh God. Oh hey, what's up, sweetheart?
If it said any other team on it, I'd be pretty happy with that.
Yeah, that's cool, Dan. Why don't you go ahead and do your own?
Okay. Okay.
All right.
All right. Well,
all right. So for those fans that, for the 2 or 3 of you that are actually listening to this, because you got nothing better to do, Dan is obviously a Seahawks fan, and for his birthday one year, we actually got him a Seahawks cake.
Yeah, we spent a
remember
lot
that, Dan?
of money on it. A lot of money went into that cake.
I remember a princess cake.
Seahawks.
Yeah. Oh, that was the Seahawks.
Yeah.
Matt Hasselback was on there.
Yeah.
That was Cinderella.
Isn't that when when they had Ocho or whatever, and he was on there too, right? Catching
No,
passes.
it was Nate Burleson. You know, he was on the team at the time. That was before he was a Ram. You know, so we had him on there. That was pretty BA.
Yeah, and
those
then,
uniforms looking tight.
yeah, and I remember they had the limo on there, right? That the players rode in.
That's right.
Yeah.
That was a pumpkin.
Dan, okay, I don't know where you get
Yeah.
Disney Princess theme and Seahawks. To me, they obviously are one and
You
the same.
You guys just let me do that the whole time. Let's just watch Dan do that.
Yeah, that's what we did.
Dan, that was probably the coolest part of this entire show before it gets canceled.
Here, fag. Oh wait, what'd you say?
Wow, Dan, I'm pretty sure like maybe the 2 fans we had just got offended, so now we lost them. Way to go.
Yeah. Okay, we were
Okay.
we were hitting big in the gay community, and now they're gone.
Yeah. Because they like your Sprint shirt, obviously you're going to get a bunch of gay kids.
Hey, you can't endorse Sprint.
You've been doing it the whole show.
Who?
You.
What?
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 I can still see it. It's back now. It's spring.
I don't know. It's better than ever.
Worst
All right,
pilot
so
show ever.
all right, so
And he'd stick the
Speaking
toe
of
stick.
Sprint.
Dan's like this. He's like, anyway, so talk about Sprint.
I pulled some shit today. Some cool shit.
Oh, let's lay it on us.
All right.
Well, no, hold
people.
on. Let me give everybody a little intro here as what we're about to talk about. Okay. For all you guys that are actually listening, which probably none of you are, Dan has created a way to get free stuff and to make the people giving him the free stuff feel like they owed him that stuff. And in fact, at the end of him getting this stuff, the people usually feel like they got something off of their chest, or they no longer have a burden on them, when in reality they actually owed Dan nothing to begin with. So we'll go through a few examples here today about how Dan went to work with absolutely no money and came home and ate pretty much every fast food place you could think of. All right, let's take it away.
And Dan spent no money and on the side, right? You had no money to your name, and you were able to eat like a king.
Yes.
Yeah, that's what I was getting out of it. Yep. All right.
And yeah, I took a drink from Subway too.
So why don't you go ahead?
Are you telling me, Dan, that you've beat the recession?
I have beat the recession in my own way.
Why don't we go ahead and get like a list of what you ate, and then we'll review how you got it. Eat drinks included.
But before you do that, I got to ask you one question, Dan. Do you think you're technically qualified to give this kind of advice to the 1 or 2 people that are actually listening to this?
No, I don't. I'm just gonna tell you what I did.
Oh, okay, cool. All right, it's just a story.
Yeah.
Right on.
It's just a story. Oh, hold on.
If you're good at learning by example, like what Dan's doing right now, that's
Dorsey and Dos Equis, right on.
the 2 X's.
All right. I'm gonna get ready for this story.
This is the worst podcast on the planet, I swear to God.
He just switched to a PBR there. I think that is a PBR. We are going to be in some serious copyright trouble with this one.
Yeah, we are.
Brian, you better get your editing skills on check right now, because Dan's pretty much fucking us.
Hold on a second here. What I'm going to do right now is, since we're going into a little bit of a deal here, you guys aren't going to be able to hear this, but I'm going to throw on a little tune, kind of go into Dan's segment here. You guys got any suggestions for what would bring this in?
You know, I can only think
That's a
of
kuduro.
Nah, not done on more. Actually, you know what? I got it.
Oye, como va? Doritos, oye, como va?
Aw, man, I have to watch.
Vodka.
I have to watch an advertisement.
Do you like how I just added my own lyrics to that shit?
Yeah.
You did? I thought those were the lyrics. But it's actually
Did you say
tequila. Vodka. No, it's tequila.
That actually would work.
All right, so I'm thinking that maybe we make this kind of the part of the show that we do every week. You know, Dan Logic at the end. We just go through some things that have happened during the week, right? So I'm gonna go ahead and play a little theme song here, and we're gonna get this started.
I love Dan Logic. Dan Logic, you're the best. You have my attention, sir.
Okay, and we're about a few seconds here from starting.
Do you need a countdown or something? Because I thought my ears were ready.
He's doing the song.
I don't hear a song. Oh, did you not say we wouldn't hear this? Okay, my bad.
I swear to God, I thought I said something about that.
Who's Tom?
I don't know.
Brian.
All right, Dan, you are ready to go.
All right, Dan Logic.
Started
Started out early.
Let's start out with the things that you got today.
That's right. Slice of pizza. 2 Jimmy John sandwiches. Yeah, 2. What else did I get? Free drink from Subway.
Slice of pizza, right?
I think I mentioned the slice of pizza.
Okay.
Yeah, he's not paying attention.
Who isn't?
You're not. Shut up.
You shut your mouth, Chad. Seriously.
You shut your mouth. This is Dan's story and you're interrupting.
I'll try to help him. This is okay.
Wow, you guys are so mean to each other.
All right, well, let's start off with the free drink. I mean, how do you do that? How do you just go to Subway and get a free drink? I don't know. How do you get away with that?
I had a cup
Okay.
that I actually stole from my coworker. It wasn't even my cup, but it had a Subway logo on it. Right?
Okay.
So
He probably owed you the cup, right?
He did. He stole my other one. But I walk in, right, and I look at the lady. I'm like, "What's up? Breakfast was great." She's like, "Thanks," and I just refill the drink like it's a refill. Walk out of there.
So,
She's like, "Yeah, have a nice day."
So what you're saying is I just need to find a cup of the company in which I want to get the drink from and pretend I'm just refilling it?
And then how did you go about acting like you were a paying customer? Like, that's the part I'm a little confused about. Cause,
I told her breakfast that she made me was wonderful.
Were you wearing that Seahawks hat?
No, I had my Sprint thing on. We worked next to Subway, so I was like, "Oh, hey, I came in earlier for breakfast. That sandwich was awesome, thank you." She's like, "Oh, you're welcome." And she's like, I don't remember this." And I was just like, bam! And then by the time she didn't even know that I didn't even pay for shit, I was gone.
okay, now, what?
Seahawks, Sprint, she felt sorry for you. One way or another,
yeah, exactly. And if I remember right, there's a downside to this Subway drink that you got.
I don't want to.
Oh, well, let's hear it. Because sometimes Dan Logic backfires, and you should know that it doesn't always work out.
So I got the unsweet tea. I just got regular tea, iced tea. It's like I could use an iced tea, yummy iced tea. At a late night, I was like, iced tea's gonna refresh me. Fuck yeah. What are you, the fucking?
I was endorsing Expo. Anyways, go on.
So I fill it all the way up. Plum full iced tea. And I walk back and I throw it on the back counter, Coca-Cola, and I take a big swig, right? Gulp, and then I walk outside and I'm like, yeah, Lori was next customer. She comes up, I'm like, "How are you? What are we doing for you?" And then she starts to talk, and I'm like, "Hold that thought." Ran to the back and exploded. I got you. Exploded fucking vomit out of my mouth because the iced tea was like the concentrate shit. They never put water in it. It was just straight grainy crap. I dumped all of it out, but this much. Filled the rest up with water. It was finally iced tea. Backfired bad.
That's why you gotta watch out for that shit sometimes. And it's almost like karma got you. That's why I'm seeing that.
Fuck you. I still got a piece of pizza and 2 pizza Gatorade.
Oh,
and 2.
Yeah, you did get Gatorade out of it too. Why don't you tell them how you got the Jimmy John sandwich and the pizza? Because those are actually pretty good stories.
All right, so the piece of pizza was first. Dave, a coworker, owed me pizza from a while back. He was like, "Oh, I'm just gonna stop here. Drop me off. I'll get some pizza." I'm like, "Right on." So I go back to the store. He walks in, no pizza. I'm like, "Dude, what's up?" He's like, "Oh, I guess Matt bought me and him pizza." And I was like, "Cool. Well then, a lot of that's mine then, right? Because you owed me pizza." So Matt bought my pizza.
So a guy that didn't even owe you pizza ended up buying you pizza.
Yeah. And David thought he was legit. But when I go back tomorrow and be like, David, you didn't even buy that pizza. Let's get pizza. I'm going to get it again.
Oh, I think we forgot the most important one, which is the bean burrito.
Oh, that's right. I dynamite a customer into get me food.
I can't believe that's actually coined dynamite.
Yeah, it is.
I think it is because I mean you should have seen what Dan pulled last night. I'll just give you a little story. Dan brings this girl over to hang out with us after work last night, right? Take her, we're gonna take her frisbee golfing for the first time, and she's gonna toss a few discs, right? Well, Dan's like, "Were we going to the liquor store?" She's like, "Yeah." So they go to the liquor store, and they're picking out beer, and she hands him her cash. She said, "Hey, count this. Let me know how much I have," right? Dan counts through it. It's about $13, right? He's like, "Okay, here you go. Here's $13 to put towards the beer. If you could come up with the other $7, we'll be good." And they end up coming up $7 short because she didn't realize that Dan just gave her $13 back and claimed it was his.
What are you doing, Dan? Why do you do that stuff, man?
It's a recession.
That's like trying to take somebody's change out of their car and be like, "Hey, man, remember that 50 cents I owed you?" It's kind of a dickhead move, if you ask me.
So what they ended up doing is getting his other coworker David to come in and pay for the beer in full, I think, almost on a card, and then they gave David Dan's $13 at this point, which is considered Dan's. So throughout the rest,
Dan's $13. Okay.
Yeah, so Gabby didn't pitch shit.
Yeah.
Me and David bought the beer.
Right.
That's why it's still here.
Yeah, exactly. And and last night Dan was policing that case of beer like a goddamn guard dog because he said that he had a $13 capital investment in that case of beer, so majority of it was his.
The way I see it is, that's my $13. That's my case of beer. There ain't nobody in this house touching that shit.
I think,
and
if I remember right, he got her to buy him a pack of cigarettes as well, or at least.
What? Okay, let me figure about like the girl, right? From the girl's point of view, I could just see Dan standing there with that chick, like, "Hey, can I have a beer? Did you pay for it?" Technically, yeah, but to Dan logic, no, she didn't pay shit. It's a recession.
That was my $13.
That was my beer. It's a recession. Fuck you.
See, what Dan does is he has found out this new way to make money. Which just he just makes it through confusion. You just confuse people into thinking it was your money to begin with.
Oh,
Is
yeah.
it called prostitution?
No,
No, not at all.
That would involve some kind of sex act or something like that.
Well, I mean, I'm not down to doing that, but it just doesn't involve that yet.
So you're not opposed.
Right, I'm not going to say no, fuck no,
Oh, okay.
Well, Dan, we are going to have like at least one listener to this whole entire podcast. They might be interested in paying for your love.
No, that's not how it goes. You have to give me sexual favors so that I'll go out and buy your groceries with your money and that kind of thing.
Oh God, this show sucks. This is the worst show ever.
I hate this. Okay, let's go over the bean burrito though. Let's go over the bean burrito.
It wasn't even my customer, by the way.
It was somebody else's.
Yeah. I was working the front because we all have to do a hosting thing. Hey, greetings, welcome to Sprint. Sign him up.
Right.
So I was like, greetings, welcome to Sprint. And then Elena took the guy. And his friends left and got in the car. And he was still busy. And they yelled out the window. He's like, "Hey, we're going to Taco Bell. You want anything?" And I looked at him and he was like, and he yelled, "I want a volcano burrito." And they were like, "What?" I was like, "He said he wants a volcano burrito and a bean burrito." And the kids were like, "That's what you want?" And I'm like, "No, that's what your friend wants. And Pacheco wants a volcano taco. I'm fine."
Yeah, nice logic. No, I'm good. I don't need anything. Okay?
So they come back with an extra bean burrito on accident, right? Because they thought it was for the friend.
Right.
The friend gets it, and he comes in and he's like, "You wanted the bean burrito, right?" And I was like, "Sure, I'll take one." I mean, I'm good, but yeah, I'll take one.
So let me get this. Just let me review here. I'm trying to get this good in my head. These guys, friends of the customer that was with one of your coworkers, so it wasn't your sale, right?
No, correct.
They are they antsy or bored or what's going on? They didn't want to wait, right?
Yeah, they were just like bored.
Okay, so they're gonna go get Taco Bell. They ask their buddy who's with one of your representatives what he wants, and since they can't hear him, you use what I would call sleight of voice or sleight of logic here to add a bean burrito to the order and claim the entire time that you want nothing.
Mm-hmm.
So
Yeah.
you got people that weren't even customers of Sprint to buy you a bean burrito.
Yeah, I did.
Chad, do you have anything to add to that?
It takes somebody with some real talent to figure out how to get a bean burrito, especially for somebody that already looks like a bean burrito, to get a bean burrito. I mean, that's pretty impressive stuff, dude. I can't. I mean, you can't dog that.
How do those guys feel after they drive off? Like, what's the after?
They felt like they were my friends.
Yeah. Why did we buy that guy a bean burrito? I don't know.
Yeah, but they were like, "Yeah, later, bro." And I'm like, "Hey, see you guys, thanks."
See, that's the thing. That's where Dan logic. Like, normally you would end up looking like the bad guy, but Dan has figured out a way to make this logic make him look good. Like, he's a good guy. Like, he's helping you out. He's like, here's a good classic example. Hey, man, I'm gonna head to the movies. Your car doesn't have any gas in it, so you toss me $40. I'll go toss some gas into your car. Oh, wait, why are you taking my car to the movies? Well, look, Brian, you're gonna fill up your car this week anyways because you have to go to work, right? Yeah. Well, I'll put the gas in for you now, and then I'm just gonna go watch a movie, and I'll be back. Okay, that sounds good. Yeah, thanks, man. Appreciate that. That'll save me a trip to the gas station. About an hour later, after Dan's gone and at the movies, you realize that you just paid for Dan to take your car, get gas off your card, and then go to the movies.
Probably with your card.
Yeah, probably with your card. Because he'll just say that he forgot his, and then he's gonna owe you for later.
So
Yeah, but then I'll find out a way to get out of that.
Yeah.
This whole Dan logic thing kind of inspired me, and I thought, I'm actually getting into the spirit of the Seahawks, Dan. You've actually convinced me that being a Seahawks fan is all right. So what I did for you, a special thanks is I found a picture, and I'm going to post it in the chat that I think you'll appreciate. I appreciate it because it looks pretty good. So you go ahead and check that out.
Fucking
No,
fan
it's
pop.
Seahawks.
Disney princess
No,
images.
Dan, just trust me, dude. It's
Jasmine.
Seahawks all the way.
It's Princess Jasmine.
It's Marshawn Lynch.
Yeah, that is Marshawn Lynch right there, actually.
She's pretty cute, I gotta say.
I got this picture up into the screen recording area so the viewers can see this, and it's a pretty good looking picture.
Yeah, isn't that Marshawn Lynch? I mean, the hair.
So, Jimmy John's.
Oh, yeah. We weren't
There's
done.
2 more sandwiches to go here, man.
I thought you were done with your Dan logic, dude. I
No,
thought
this has
Dan
been-
logic was to the max.
This has
I mean,
been a
obviously,
busy day for Dan. Busy day.
I don't understand, Dan. Like, you use people's monies to go to the movies and fill their car with their money.
Yep.
Okay. And that's how you get Jimmy John's too? Is this how you live your life, Dan? And you're okay with this? You come home, you kick back, you get in your chair, and you're like, man, I had the most productive fucking day. I am so proud of me.
Well, the only thing I think
pat my back for me.
the only thing I think he failed on was the fact that he didn't get paid time off for the rest of the workday today, which I thought he would be able to pull off, but he didn't. So.
Yeah, we actually got
you being at home.
Well, I think what he was going to do is he's going to go in there and say, "Hey, I didn't open, and I'm not closing, and our sales are in the tank today, so I don't see why you guys just can't let me take the rest of the day off and pay me for that."
That's almost exactly what happened. But then we got busy, and Matt was like, "Can you at least stay till I don't know, 6?" So I did get time off.
And I, while Brian and I were doing rehearsal today, I also found out you managed to make $100 in this process too of hardly doing shit.
Oh yeah. Well, yeah. For some reason, in the meantime, while he's dynamying all these people into buying him Jimmy John's sandwiches, customers into bean burritos, Subway into free drinks, he did a majority of the sales too.
You had a customer buy you a bean burrito and turn around and buy a headset?
They bought a quarter of the accessory sales today out of 8 reps. And I had like some of the only phone sales today.
Okay, so for people that happen to be in the Colorado Springs area listening to this, which is probably highly unlikely because we have like no fans anymore after the first 30 minutes, they're like, fuck this.
Yeah.
See Dan. He'll want a bean burrito.
I'll hook you up though.
He'll hook you up. I don't see how, Dan.
20% off of any accessory.
Yeah,
you gotta
right.
get super though.
Yeah, right. You'll be like, hey, if you hook me up with the bean burrito, 20% off on this phone. They'll come back, and you'll be like, all right, that's full price.
Thanks for the bean burrito while he's eating it in front of them, right?
This bean burrito has onion in it. I can't
See,
hook you up.
I'm allergic to that.
wait, are you actually allergic to bean burritos?
No, dude.
Onion.
I'll be allergic to anything if I get something for free.
Dan likes to tell the people, hey, can you guys hold the onion in my bean burrito before they walk out? They come back, there's onion in the bean burrito. Guess what? Dan charges them full price, and they're pissed.
No,
Yeah.
that's not Dan logic, though. Dan logic, the customer has to walk away feeling good about it.
You know what? I feel pretty good paying full price and buying that guy a bean burrito
Yeah,
today.
that's true Dan logic
Good shit.
right there. Not only did Dan get full commission, but he also bought him food.
Well, here's the thing. They bought 2 accessories for 20% off, right?
Uh-huh.
That happens to be the Sprint deal right now.
Okay.
I didn't give them shit that anybody else would know.
But see,
I guess for me, it's going to take me a while to understand Dan logic. I get the whole why you're doing it.
It's all about the.
But it's not sinking in yet.
It's all about the confusion factor, Chad. You have to be in the moment to realize what's going on, because you feel good about it when it's happening. You know, there's no negativity here.
Okay, first Jimmy John's. Second Jimmy John's went down almost the same. Last night I had a barbecue. Barbecued up some great fucking burgers. I smoked them and everything.
Here's a good example, right? I got dynamite and I didn't even know it, because here's what I do: I go to the store, I buy groceries. Tom, Chen, and I split those groceries. Right? Come back to the house. What's Dan do next night? Invites all his buddies over and cooks them all food, so that he can leverage against that during the rest of the week to get food at work, which is exactly how he got his Jimmy John's sandwich.
So you and your roommate buy food.
Right.
Yeah.
Dan comes rolling in your house and cooks all your food for his friends.
Right.
And he's going to go back to work and let everybody know that they owe him lunch for that food.
Right.
That is slick shit right there.
That's-
I actually, if I could high five you, yeah. It's too bad you're too far away. Oh,
Right.
and you got dynamite twice, actually, because now you're living in Colorado. You don't live in Illinois anymore.
That was a bet I shouldn't have made, but
That was a
It's
bet.
all right. It's all right.
Okay, so yeah, I go in, and I didn't have a hamburger. I missed out on my hamburger because Pacheco ate it. He didn't know, because he asked me outside if he could have a double. I said, yeah, but Gabby, you can't have any. So Gabby ate one, Pacheco had a double. I went in, nothing for me.
well, I managed to get one because I was in here doing a little work, you know, doing my tech thing. I come out there, food is going fast, dude. Like, Dan invited some hungry people over, Chad. I'm telling you what.
And you know what's funny? Dan's pissed that he get a burger, but Dan, it ain't your food.
Dude, that's not the thing. I didn't care if I had a burger. I wanted the sausage. I got the sausage. But I had to make a
But
big
you
deal out of
still,
it. Yes.
yeah, you still held it over their head. You're like, hey, asshole,
Yeah, so today at work,
ate my hamburger.
I was like, hey, Pacheco, I think it's only fair. Hamburger for hamburger, right? You ate mine. He was like, you're right, dude. I do owe you some food. So he got me some Jimmy John's, and he felt good about it.
And yeah, he felt like he rectified his mistake by buying Dan food. Now, how did you work it out with Tom Chen tonight to buy you another Jimmy John's sandwich? That's what I'm curious about. Right before we started the show, actually.
Alright, so I go into Tom's room, and I find out that there's Jimmy John's that he had bought for the house while I was at work. I saw the receipt. I don't miss. So I go in there, and I'm like, dude, you didn't buy me a fucking Jimmy John's? He's like, you were at work. I'm like, dude, I cooked for you all last night, smoked everything up for you. You loved that, didn't you? He's like, yeah. I'm like, all I would like is a number 17 from Jimmy John's. That's it, dude.
You didn't order the gargantuan?
I didn't. I was thinking about it, but I really had a flavor for a 17. Dude, that was when you got Dynamite. Don't play.
Which
Yeah, you did, but you actually didn't dynamite me that day. I don't know how,
well, see,
you thought I owed you a gargantuan, but for some reason it got stuck in your head that Chad owes me a gargantuan. All I was doing was being nice. I was like, who wants Jimmy John's? And Dan, who unfortunately we'll have to talk about another day, woke up as Sleeping Dragon, won a gargantuan.
yeah. Well, there's and the only thing that happened negative that day. Hey, I just sent you guys a picture. Take a look at that. Wouldn't it be badass if our grocery store sold those? Because I love those things.
Oh, yeah.
I love those little things. For sure.
What are these? Are these like what you get inside like Lucky Charms and shit?
Yeah, there's those little marshmallow things.
Dehydrated marshmallow bites. Read, Chad.
Yeah, they're $1.19 too. That's pretty cheap,
Dan, if I could figure out a way to fit my fist inside that Ethernet cable and go all the way out to Colorado through each fucking hop server that they have, I would smack you so fucking hard right now. Anyways,
I also got a Gatorade for walking a half a block to a store with somebody else's card to get him a Gatorade.
Yeah, you didn't even get mad. I don't get you, man.
No,
You're like
but
the most.
Chet, he's being legit here though. Like he took after Tom Chen bought him Jimmy John's, he took Tom Chen's card, walked to the Circle K that is right behind our house, bought Tom Chen Gatorade and 2 Gatorades for himself.
Oh my God, you guys don't even get me started about that Circle K, dude, because you're already making me miss Go Fast. You don't understand how bad.
Hey, you know what? I almost bought a Go Fast, and anybody who can't get Go Fast, you guys are missing out, man. You think Red Bulls are the shit? Wait till you get a Go Fast.
So let me get this straight. What are the only states that sell Go Fast?
Colorado.
Is it Colorado and what other?
Colorado.
That's it. So you can't get a Go Fast in Wyoming, Nebraska, Iowa.
I don't know. Maybe you can. Let's find out.
If it is, I'd be willing to drive 4 hours to Iowa to get my hands on a Go Fast. I really
Iowa?
would. Yeah.
Iowa?
Ugh.
Why would you drive there? You're probably going to break a timing bell. I don't know. It's just not going to be a good thing.
Yeah, but hey, I can always get in the honeymoon suite at an American Inn.
You know what? You know what you can do, Chad. You can do this right here. I don't know why you don't think about doing that.
Go Fast. Dude, you're probably one of the smartest dudes I know, but it says it's $49 for a 16-ounce case. I don't know if I'd be willing to spend that much for a 16-ounce case to wait for it to come here. Plus, in the meantime, some dickhead was dropping it on the ground, kicking it like a soccer ball before he gets it on my porch.
Well, I mean, you know, like, you sound like a real dick right now, but I'm looking at this. That's 24. 24, and I'm letting everybody else see this right now. That's 24 Go Fasts for $49. That's less than $2 per Go Fast.
I don't understand this show and this endorsement shit, but I'm telling you right now, dude, this Go Fast, dude.
He did endorse that, dude. Check it out. It's this much for this. Get it.
I'm trying to help Chad in his Go Fast problem. Like, he's mad. He's gonna move. You're gonna drive all the way to Iowa to spend $3 on a Go Fast, but you refuse to spend $49 and have a case shipped to you. I'm confused.
Oh, cool, Dan. Quit the show. That's cool. He was like, you know what? It's getting canceled anyways. Fuck it. All right. Well, look, Brian, I appreciate your help. All right. I really want to Go Fast. And for 24K, you know, for 24, would you say it was a 24 in a case?
Yeah, it's 24 for $49. That's about a buck. What?
Shut up, Dan. So for
Oh my
God, there's that dog, dude. I swear to God,
What is going on?
This is the worst show. What is this show called again? The Normal Show?
Normal
This is
Show.
not normal. This is a bullshit show.
Hey Dan, have you seen our website, by the way?
Huh?
Our website. Have you seen our website?
Huh? Huh?
Our website, Dan. The show actually has a website.
Get off the dog, man!
Are we having technical difficulties over there in the state of Colorado? I don't understand.
Everything's fine on my end. I'm not sure what's going on elsewhere.
You know what's funny? Dan's going to use his logic right now. The way I see it, you need to shut your mouth.
Well, what he should do is go take a look at the Normal Show's website. And
Already did.
Okay, and it's pretty nice, right?
Yeah.
You know, that is hosted by East-Sided Solutions, best hosting company on the planet.
Wow, now he's endorsing his... Okay, never
Oh
mind.
my God. Brian. You're an endorsing son of a bitch, man.
No.
I didn't even want to get off the subject of the Go Fast. First of all, I'm down. $50 for 24, man. That's an entire month of Go Fast if you drink one a day almost.
Yeah, but you were. The problem I'm having is you were willing to drive almost 6 hours and spend probably $100 in gas, especially driving your gas guzzling Torrent, to buy half.
Let's not talk about torrents on this show. Okay?
I'm just saying that thing.
I realize the format of the show is we can talk about anything because it's the Normal Show, but we do not talk about my torrent. Period.
Why? What's the problem with the Torrent?
Nothing. We don't talk about it. It's like the rules of Fight Club. First rule of this Normal Show is we don't talk about the torrent.
Dan, come on. PG-13, man. This show's supposed to be PG-13 something.
You have guys... You got to be kidding. You guys been cussing.
Dan, you've been drinking beer almost the entire show.
You're going to ruin the show, Dan. In fact, it's already ruined. I mean, anybody that's still listening at this point is an idiot.
Yeah. I have no idea who would endure 45 minutes of this.
So far, I don't know how I've endured 45 minutes.
I want out, and I don't get out.
Oh my God! But
So
I will tell you this: it has been a good run.
Yeah.
You know, for one episode.
Is the pilot episode always the longest?
Oh, sometimes it's like a 2-part. But see, I thought we were going to try to hit an hour tonight, but I'm feeling like we should start shutting it down.
Nah, you know what? Check this out. I do want to say a few more things. I want to say a few more things. Like, first of all, Dan, where's this girl co-host at? I don't see her. She hasn't been on the show yet. I don't understand. I thought she was going to be here. I thought, like the final half hour of the show, we were going to have that hot female that most good podcast shows have, and we don't. Still hasn't. I haven't seen it. Where's our female host? I don't understand.
What host?
Why do we assign you anything, Dan? Why are you even on the show? How do I talk to that, dude? You get a few drinks in you, man?
Dan, we need a female co-host for the show. Like, you see how, like,
female.
If you could see this from my angle, there's 3 cameras. There needs to be a 4th.
Oh yeah, no, yeah.
Welcome back, Dan.
I'll get her to go. I'll get her to do it. I was told about this like an hour ago.
Does she have a computer?
Not where she's at right now.
Where's she at right now?
Oh, okay.
She's in Denver.
What is the girl's potential? What is her name? Who's our potential girl co-host?
Gabby.
Okay. So, Brian, I know you've seen it. Dan, have you seen the Game Station podcast?
No.
Okay, the girl on there, Dodger, if she can do and look like this chick,
Okay, she's gonna look how she
I'm
looks,
sold.
Chad. I don't understand you.
She can't change her looks for you fag.
Yeah, dude, you're like,
Dan,
she could just.
I swear to God.
If she could severely modify her appearance to look exactly like this chick, then I'm done. I'm in. That's the way you made it sound.
If she colors her hair green and talks about video games, all right, hold on, wait. I don't even know if we're allowed to do what Dan's doing, but let's check it out.
We can't even see it. Your phone screen turned off, idiot.
Yeah, that's
How
what
was I supposed to know?
Well, we just told you, and that's what you get for having an HTC.
That's who our.
And she's wearing a Seahawks hat. Are you swear? Is that our potential? All right, I'm sold. I'm sold.
That's this hat right there.
that's that hat.
I'm sold. She looks like she could fit in. Okay.
Yeah.
Right on. So, fans, the 2 or 3 of you that quit watching about a half an hour ago.
Which would be us. 3 of us, right?
Yeah. No, I'm. You guys, I'm done.
Could you imagine you're watching your own show and you're like, shut this shit off. Oh, God. Oh, God.
I don't know if I can handle this. That's terrible.
God, I'm 20 minutes into watching myself. Oh, God, no.
Shit.
I'll tell you what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna hit stop and fuck off.
Okay, so that's getting annoying.
Alright, so I'm excited for Gabby. Let's get her on the show right now.
Let's do it. Let's get her on a phone call. Bring her in on a phone call.
Can we get her on a phone call? Let's
Dude, she's probably not going to answer right now.
Does she have Skype on her phone?
Does she have Skype on her phone?
No, she does not.
Well, text her.
Well, she's an idiot,
Text her,
for real.
text her.
And I don't want her on the show
Text her, tell her to download the Skype app, and then we're gonna.
She can't.
Don't bother. She doesn't have Skype on her phone. She's done. I'm done with her. Moving on. Next host.
You want to hear something real bad?
Hmm.
She doesn't even have a smartphone.
She works.
Oh my! How's she gonna fit in the show, Dan? Because we're gonna talk about tech shit.
She's gonna get one.
Huh? She doesn't know. And I'm qualified to talk shit like that too.
I know you are. I'm just saying. Wow.
And you know what? I feel a little violated being subjected to watching a shirt with the worst network on it, like the worst.
And a hat with the worst team in the NFL.
Yes, it's terrible.
What?
And then drinking one of the worst beers.
And using the worst language on the planet.
I mean, I don't think any.
And the worst. As much as I love your stories, Dan, your logic is bullshit.
Yeah.
I feel stupid even listening to it.
The funny part is we told Schuler about it yesterday straight up, and he knows exactly how it works, and I guarantee Dan will still be able to do it to him on a regular basis.
Who's Schuler again?
What are you talking about? After we told him that, we wound up with Reese's Pieces ice cream.
Oh yeah.
Who's? You guys have lost me, and I'm sure if anybody's listening to this, which they are probably not.
But he's Dan's coworker, dude. You met him when we were moving in. He came up.
Oh yeah, Schuler, got it. He's a good dude. We should have him on the show.
Actually, no, he could special guest. You shut your mouth.
No.
Shut your mouth, Dan.
Dan,
Dan.
you.
Dan.
No.
What about Pacheco then?
No.
What about Pacheco then?
Dan.
Who's that?
Pacheco. guy you...
Dan, quit looking around like he's in the room, bro.
I wasn't. I was looking at the dog. She's being beautiful right now.
Okay, Dan, do you remember
wow.
when we were almost like blood?
Yeah.
Yeah, not right now.
So you guys aren't like blood anymore?
No, because I want this female host on the show like right now. I need to see how she's going to work out in our little bullshit jive that we got going here.
Yeah, Dan, I'm actually going to agree with that. I just brought the Princess picture back up so everybody could see that is the new quarterback for the Seattle Seahawks.
Right on. I thought that was Marshawn Lynch. Forgive me for my mistakenness.
That's not even a... Never mind.
Dan, you're drinking beer on our podcast. How can I not say mistakenness while you're drinking a Pabst?
Yeah, dude.
What? What?
Okay. Oh, man, I liked you better when you were playing Temple Run, dude. Honestly, I did.
I liked you better when you didn't even know how to run a computer or even know how to turn the damn thing on.
I didn't. Brian set this up for me.
Right on, Brian. Good for you. All right, so we're not going to get this girl on tonight. So for the last 5 minutes of the show, we can't get her on.
No, we can't.
Let's get her on the line. Let's get her on the phone. Brian, can you call her up?
I can call landlines from my Skype, Dan. You should just forward the number on over here.
Yeah, put it in the chat.
You can't call cell phones?
I don't know. I don't know if you can add somebody to your call through a landline. I don't. Let's see here. Not.
Let's try it out.
No, you can't. You cannot.
Well, anybody on YouTube watching this, you guys can post in the comment section below on how retarded we are with Skype right now. Apparently, we don't know anything about anything.
Well, this is the first time I've ever used Skype, so.
Yeah, this is the first time I've even been on webcam.
Yeah, I've never.
Oh, hey, she's on. She's going to be on. I can feel it.
I wish.
Yeah. I'm telling you, she's at her sister's house in Denver. She's not going to answer the phone.
I'm excited for this, Dan. Shut your mouth.
Daniel, shut your mouth. Daniel, shut your mouth.
Dan, if she doesn't pick up, she's not on the show.
Daddy, leave me a message and I'll call you back. To leave a voice message.
Are we leaving
Fuck
a voice message? We're leaving a voice
Leave
message.
a voice message. Leave a voice message. That way she.
She can't hear you guys, right?
But she can hear you, and then she can watch the show and hear you leaving the message.
Please record your voice
All right.
message. When you are finished recording, you may hang up or press pound for more options.
Gabby. Hey, Gabby. Gabby. This is where you're supposed to pick up the phone and be part of the podcast.
Exactly. With special guests, it's like dialing the hotline.
Like dialing a hotline.
She can't hear you, Brian. You're
Yeah.
talking air right
Yeah,
now,
but
bro.
But she'll watch the show.
but the viewers can hear all
Gabby,
this.
you really got to tune in to a website later just to figure out what's been going on. Because then you'll hear
drinking.
everything.
He's got to stop drinking.
Yeah.
I'm not.
Not drinking.
All right, later, Gabby.
Well, there it goes.
Brian, is there any way you can edit that can out, dude? Because I just don't know how that's going to work with the two fans that actually kept watching this bullshit.
I don't know. I'm already been sending the previews out to a couple of my friends. I'm going to see what kind of like response we get off that. And then, once we wrap this up here in a second, I'm going to post this straight up on the normal show. And then we're going to toss it on
Did you
YouTube.
say we're wrapping this up in a few seconds?
Not a few seconds, 7 minutes. There goes Dan. So, Chad, what should I do at this point?
Well, I would say, without Dan, this show probably will be better. Okay? Shut up. He's come back. Shut up.
I just turned off the video, assholes.
Oh, shit. Hey, Dan. What's up?
My bad for mistaking a webcam for a fucking audio device.
Yeah, you fucking moron.
Well, let's do the final subject right now.
I'm down.
Do any of you guys know who's actually running for president? Because I don't.
Yeah, I do.
Was it Mitt Romney that actually got it for the Republicans?
Yeah, the other dude bowed down.
Didn't he say he had like his kid got sick, or he got sick, or his friend's kid got sick, something like that?
Chromosomes.
His friend's kid got sick. He said Obama's kid got sick, so he needed to be there for him.
What are you talking about? Well, did his neighbor's dog have some kind of disease? His toe was hurt and couldn't run for president.
Well, he said he said he hasn't quit, but he's suspended his campaign. I thought that's the way I heard.
Oh, so his neighbor needed his fence built, so he had to stop, running for president to help his neighbor build the fence. I get it.
Probably ran out of money, bro. Probably ran out
of money.
Yeah, that's normally the case.
So who is the Democratic?
But if he used Dan logic, he could have used some rich-ass dude to continue running for president by simply saying, "You owe me."
Yeah, that's true. That's true. No,
I felt stupid saying that, by the way. I
no,
apologize for anybody.
But you could do it like this. I could go up. I could go up right now and say, "Hey, look. I've been growing up in this country for 22 years, 23, maybe 24 even, and
he doesn't know how fucking old he is. Minus a point.
Wow, and I haven't even seen him drink a beer once. Have you, Dan?
Yeah, I've seen him drink a beer before.
Yeah, he has.
No, I mean tonight.
Well, there's a long time before we started the show, Chad.
Come on, bro. You forgot you've even been alive for an extra 2 years, dude. Where the hell were you in Spain for those 2 years? You said
that was part of my ploy to get the guy to lend me a couple $1 million because the way I looked at it, he owed me for having to go through all the bullshit for the last 23 years.
Oh, and Dan and I interrupted you because we're idiots now. I get it.
And the way I look at it, you guys owe me some money, and you can quick pay me on Chase. My email address, Dan, you know it.
Well, I'm not paying you shit.
Fans, they can pay you.
Chad, I think you still owe me a car, dude. If you want to buy me a car at some point, I'd be okay with that.
We're not talking about cars. We're not talking about torrents. We're not talking about who owes anything right now.
Hey, Chad, speaking about who owes who what,
Uh-huh.
why don't you go ahead and just show me a picture of my disc bag?
Yeah, nice job giving that back, by the way.
Yeah.
Okay, first of all, Dan, that disc bag, when you left Illinois, you pretty much said, Chad, that's your disc bag. Okay? I took it upon myself to go ahead and take care of it. I fed it. I raised it. That technically makes it mine.
I don't know what you mean.
I fed it disc golfs.
When I was in Illinois, you said, "Oh, dude, I have no plans on keeping this."
I wasn't going to originally, Dan, but you didn't have any plans of saying I want it.
I said I wanted it. Almost verbatim. I want it.
I might have blocked that part out.
Chad, I'm going to be honest with you. I remember Dan specifically saying he wanted that disc bag back. In fact, I remember a phone call conversation I had with him where he was pretty explicit about that he was not a happy camper because you had taken over his discs and his bag.
I also remember a phone call where you agreed with me that when Dan left Illinois and left that bag, that technically made it nobody's. And when I touched it with my hand...
No, I mean...
That clinched, it now belongs to Chad.
Well, see, I've been dealing with that too because Dan has been claiming random shit around the house as his, again, after he abandoned it for 2 years.
Dan, you can't leave something without acting like you ever wanted it and then come back 2 years later and be like, yeah, that's mine.
I left it with a babysitter.
Okay, look, here's a good example.
Who the hell was watching it?
Yes.
Who cares? Somebody?
Well, it wasn't Gringo Farr, and it definitely wasn't Brian, so I took that shit, and now it belongs to me.
And, I don't know. It's just that you can't just go up to somebody's entertainment center, right? Say, hey, that rug under it is mine, and then rip that rug out and knock their entertainment center over. I mean, that's basically what you've been doing.
Why?
Basically.
Yeah.
And Brian, why are you double agent right now anyways? You totally are like giving back his bag, and now you're like, hey, don't take my rug?
Well, okay, look. You got me. But the way I look at it, Chad, you owe him a bag.
Oh, God, here we go. Brian, if it was your bag, right? If you had taken the bag, Brian, you'd been like, dude, you can't touch my shit. But it's because it's me, you're like, Chad, come on, man.
Chad, you have to look at it like this. Dan actually bought that bag himself. That's pretty impressive.
Yeah, I didn't even dynamite somebody out of that.
He went down to the store
Seriously.
and bought it.
I thought you bought that
Nah,
bag.
man. Dan actually bought that.
Fuck your
with
disc
my
bag.
own money.
Now, I don't think he bought a single disc in that bag, but he...
That's another story.
And you know what really sucks about that, Dan? I do feel bad about one thing, okay? So one time, Brian and I went to golf. Okay, two things. But I do feel bad that I lost 2 of your discs. But I managed to keep 3.
And you did find one in like a ditch or a swamp or something that you gave to Dan to replace one of them. That's a pretty good dude, right?
Yeah,
it was
UW
shit
Parkside.
disc.
At the University of Wisconsin, Parkside, I found that blue Champion Starfire.
Gabby played a good game with that yesterday, actually.
Yeah, she was only like 26 up.
Yeah.
Nice. Right on. Our new host actually got some use out of that disc. That's good. So I did good by finding that disc.
Yeah, by
Dan.
digging it out of a swamp and then handing it to Dan. Yeah.
Well, okay. Nobody said I had to buy the disc. Dan, quit fucking falling asleep.
Seriously, dude. We've got 5 seconds left, I think, on the show here. So if you ought to just go ahead and wrap it up, guys.
Good night.
Good night. We say good night. What are we doing here?
I don't know.
I think we just say good night and then hang up like immediately.
Here's what I want to know before we go, Dan. Okay.
All right. Okay.
I want to know before we go. You just turned off your cam again, Dan. You're like you can't pull that joke twice, bro.
We could still see you.
Like I can see that you're still on.
You haven't left the call yet. We know when that happens. All right, guys. It's been a good first hour, and we'll see what happens next week.
Hey, you know what, Brian? I have to say, okay, now he's officially gone.
All right, good night, everybody.